So it's back to school time, and usually the arguments divorce attorneys see this time of year happen to be ones around back to school shopping and who's buying what for back to school supplies. But this year obviously brings a whole new set of challenges. I've had several people ask me lately what to do if they can't agree with their child's other parent about schedules when some schools are going back and some are not, and others are a hybrid. And to make matters even worse, some schools are giving parents the option. So I created some tips to deal with all of this, but listen, tips and advice are completely useless if both parents aren't being reasonable and flexible. And remember, courts everywhere are backlogged, so you're probably not getting in anytime soon. So here are my co-parenting tips for this muddled up, mixed up shamble of back to school during a pandemic. Create a schedule for your child in both houses. So if your child has a virtual day, make your kids get up, sit at the desk, brush their teeth, but both parents need to be doing this so your child has a consistent school day in both homes. And if you're the one who's always relied on the other parent to make sure all of the school stuff is happening, now's the time for you to step up. This has to be a joint effort. This is a stressful time for everyone, so make sure your kids are exercising and having some downtime too. Now this can be different in each house. Just have fun and move and do what you all enjoy. So now here's the big question. What do you do if you have a choice between virtual school and in-person and you can't agree? So I would ask, does the person who wants 100% virtual have the ability to be with the child at home during the day? And if the answer is yes, this doesn't mean automatically that the other parent doesn't see the child during the week. You should still be following your parenting plan. Also, does one parent want 100% virtual but they aren't around to do it? Well, then your child probably should be going back. You can't make demands and then not be around to fulfill them. Also keep in mind you can't financially obligate another parent to pay for a babysitter, for example, to come into the house for virtual learning if going back to school is an option. If you really can't agree, you should consult with a lawyer in your state to see if the courts are open for hearings. Now this brings us to the schedule. Unless you agree to do something different, your court-ordered parenting plan stands. So that schedule that you had at the beginning of last year might not work because of virtual learning, but you're stuck with it unless you both agree on something else. Lastly, to make things easier for your kids, make sure both houses are fully stocked up with school supplies. Don't make your child have to bring supplies from one house to another. Now, I'm not talking about a laptop, that would go back obviously, but paper and notebooks and art supplies and whatever else might have come and gone with them to school. Remember to be patient with the teachers, be patient with your children, and be patient with yourself.